I've been thinking a lot about that quote that I heard from Eckhart Tolle about stress. And stress is caused because we're trying to be in two places at one time, like we're here, but we want to be in the future, or we're here, but we want to be there. And that two different place stress that we put on ourselves, the scientists call cognitive dissonance. And that means that you're trying to be in two different states, and the stress that that puts on your body makes it feel like it's in chronic low level stress. And that's not good for us. And so the way that we remedy that is by being in the present moment. Now that sounds so simple, and it is a simple idea, but it's not easy to do. Coming back to the present moment, you actually have to practice that, and you have to practice it all the time. I get up in my head because that's who I am. I'm an anxious depressive, I call myself, and I'm constantly in what if scenarios and thinking about the worst case thing that could possibly happen. And then I read this other thing that you don't need to worry about what if, you can say even if. So instead of what if the worst thing happens, whatever it is, what about even if the worst thing happens? And then you kind of feel like, that's interesting. I can, even if it happens, I'll be okay. I'm a resilient person. I'm smart. And I've always told myself that no matter what happens, you'll be able to think yourself out of it. And it's true. I have been able to. So why sit there and worry about things? Why get all spun out? Well, because I do, right? I tell you, I get on that cat track. I go down the rabbit hole before I catch myself sometimes. But most of the time, I catch myself because I do the daily work. Now, the daily work of being in the present moment takes actually being aware, being self-aware of what you're thinking, why you're thinking it, and also just noticing that you're getting stressed out. And when I notice I'm getting stressed out, then I say, okay, just breathe. Do nothing else but just breathe. And I breathe in for 4, I hold it for 4, and I breathe out for 4, just to get a handle on slowing my heart rate down. Now, another way that they say to do that is you take in 2 quick, deep breaths and then blow it out really, really slowly, because that engages your nervous system and calms it down. Another thing that I do if I'm around water is I will wash my hands in super cold water or warm water to get my focus on something else. If I could, I'd wash my face with cold water, but I'm not doing that. I'm not ruining the makeup until I go to bed. So no, that doesn't work. But just washing the hands, that brings me back to the present moment, because as we drift off into the future, that's not real. And we have no idea what's going to happen. And as we drift back into the past, we don't actually remember the past factually. We have a film over it, and we don't know whether that was actually how it happened, because over the years of remembering it over and over again, we put a different spin on it. It's interesting how the brain does that. So really, truly, the only truth there is right now, this moment, that's it. Because the next moment, it hasn't happened yet, and who knows what's going to happen. So being in the present moment takes that practice, I guess is what I call it. And you have to practice all the time to do it. So I want you to think about that just throughout the day. Practice noticing what you're thinking, and then come back to the present moment and say, okay, I don't need to be in the future. I don't need to be in the past, whichever one you're in. I need to be right now. And you can do it with your 5 senses. So you see something, you hear something, you smell something, you taste something, you feel something. You can do that. And you name 5 things that you could smell, or you could, just different things. And that brings you back to the present moment. There's lots of little tricks that you can do. You can look them up online, how to stay in the present moment. Now, I'm not one for meditation, but I am going to start working on it, because I have read that it changes what brainwave state you're in. And it's a good practice to have. Well, I had never read that before. And now that I have, I'm thinking, I'm going to learn how to do that. And that's something that I'm going to put my focus to. But the other strategies that I use are those quick ones that I told you about. And the other quick one is, instead of what if, just think even if. Even if. And the other one I do is yet. No, not yet. Right? I can't yet. I haven't been able to do that yet. And that allows you to think in the possibilities, right? Instead of saying, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that yet. And I want you to think about that too. Like, give yourself possibilities. I can learn to meditate. I know I can. I haven't been able to in the past because I can't sit still that long, but I know there's got to be a meditation out there that works for me. So I want you to try some things that help you to stay in the present moment so that you can have less stress and less chronic stress on your body and your mind. So I hope this helped, and let me know. And if you're liking what you're seeing, I really need a like and a subscribe. Please subscribe so that when I post something, you get a little message that I posted something. And I would love to have a conversation. So if you could comment, let me know what you're doing. I want to read what's happening, right? What do you think about this? And give me a chance. And then the other thing is you can always buy my book, Get a Grip on Your Thinking, because all these strategies that I talk about are in there, because that's why I wrote it. I wanted to share it with people. It's simple stuff. It's not hard to read. It's a quick read. It's like listening to me talk. And now that you have, it'll be like, oh yeah, that is like listening to her talk. All right. I hope you have a fabulous time, and I will talk to you later. Bye.